Hello, and welcome back to another tier list. In this tier list, we are going to be doing the Paper Mario Partners and Star Spirits. I have them organized down here at the bottom in order of appearance. Let's put on a little ambient music. Here we go. There we go. That's something. Alright. So we're going to rank the Paper Mario Partners and Star Spirits. I have them listed in order of acquisition. Oh boy. Starting off real bad. Goombario F tier. Goombario has one redeeming quality, and that is Tattle. Yeah, that's kind of it. His charge ability and multi-bonk are just kind of real weak. His multi-bonk, if I'm not mistaken, from a video I watched semi-recently, his multi-bonk is also coded improperly, which makes it work badly. So being able to permanently learn the HP and find the stats of an enemy in battle if you choose to know them is really the only reason that he is useful in Paper Mario 64. Next up is Kooper. I might move things around as I rank more, but I think I'm going to stick Kooper in the C tier against ground and icy enemies, as well as dry bones and bony beetles. With Fire Shell, he's pretty good. Against multiple enemies that have no defense, he's pretty solid. And against multiple enemies that are vulnerable to Dizzy, that are on the ground, he's pretty good. But otherwise, he's pretty weak and doesn't offer a whole lot in battle. His out-of-battle ability, Shell Toss, to get a faraway item or hit a switch or a block is... You know, it is what it is. I mean, it's just a long-range, hey, I need to hit that thing, or I need to get that thing. Bombette is next, and I'm going to put her in the A tier. She may move down from there. Bombette is very, very good against bone enemies. They will take, like, quadruple damage from any of her abilities, or maybe, like, +6 or +8 or whatever, but still, huge damn. In addition to having a bomb ability for one enemy on the ground, all enemies on the ground, or all enemies on screen is real strong. Big FP drain, but she's a good screen clearer for sure. Our first Star Spirit of the list, Refresh. I'm going to put in B tier. Refresh gets slept on a lot. I learned from watching Strider7X play Paper Mario Master Quest, and it might be a Master Quest only thing. Refresh clears Poison and Shrink, I believe, which is pretty good. I mean, having them without having to have a tasty tonic item in addition to an HP and FP recovery is pretty good, and I think Eldstar and Refresh get slept on quite a bit. Parakarry, I'm going to put in the C tier with Kooper. Parakarry is one of the most useful party members in terms of exploration in his airlift, with him lifting you across gaps. In battle, he is really strong as early as you get him, but he gets very quickly outweighed by the next two party members you get, to the point where airlift is effectively just like Kooper's shell shot, whichever one will hit multiple enemies. Air raid is really only good if you need to hit multiple things that have no defense, which as you get later in the game is more and more seldom. And airlift is just kind of a joke ability, especially if you're level grinding. Airlift does nothing for you. Shell shot as a single target damaging ability remains one of your best FP spending. That doesn't. If your enemy has no defense, shell shot is really strong. Mamar with Lullaby is horrifically weak. She has one exclusive use, and that is on Kent C. Koopa, the mini-boss, who is highly susceptible to sleep. A lot of regular enemies are really resistant to Mamar's Lullaby ability. She offers literally one thing, and if you choose not to engage with Kent C. Koopa, she offers nothing. Go Mamar, F tier. Lady Bow, I'm going to put an A tier, an S tier. Lady Bow, as a partner, has the highest damage ignoring single target. If the enemy has no defense and isn't spiky, fiery, or electric, Bow will do the highest amount of single target damage for no FP cost with Slap. Smack? Slap? I think it's Smack. Out of Sight as a utility ability is really good in some battles and in some situations. Spook is really weak, and then Fan Slap for an FP cost is slightly more single target damage. I think at max rank when she has Fan Smack, she will do 6 damage with Smack and 10 with Fan Smack. But again, assuming the enemy has no defense. But she's still one of the better party members. I'm going to move her to A tier just because Out of Sight isn't a very good traversal ability. The next Star Spirit, Scholar, is the de facto best Star Spirit in the game. 7 AoE damage to everything on board that isn't invisible. Ignores defense, only 2 FP cost in vanilla. Scholar is just... If there's any Star Spirit you're going to spam in AoE encounters with high HP enemies, it's going to be Scholar. There's no question. First S tier partner is Watt. Watt pierces defense. That is Watt's saving grace. Watt deals 1 less damage than Bow at max rank. Or like if they're matching ranks, Watt will do 1 less maximum damage than Bow can do. But if the enemy has even just 1 point of defense, Watt will definitely do more. At all times. If your enemy has any defense, Watt will ignore it and deal big damage. I mean, like 5 is okay damage at the end of the game, but like ignoring defense is huge, and that is what Watt does. His overworld utility abilities lets you find some secret blocks, but that's kind of all he does. Oh, you can light up dark areas. Muscular, I'm gonna put in D tier. I've never found a use for Muscular. I've seen Strider 7X in some streams that has found some use for Muscular, but I have never really found use for him, but I know for a fact he's more useful than Mamar and Lullaby. His ability is Chill Out. I think enemies that get hit by it and get affected and don't resist it will lose 2 or 3 attack for a few turns, which I mean is like cool, but like why do that when you can just power through and equip badges to reduce damage intake? First D tier party member in Sushi. Sushi's overworld ability is another mandatory travel ability to get to and from certain areas in the jungle on Mount Lava Lava. In battle, Belly Flop isn't all that. It's no better than, Head Bonk with Goombario or Shell Toss with Cooper. Squirt having additional utility against fire enemies is pretty neat. Water block being a defense boost isn't very necessary, as we talked about with damage reduction with Muscular. I mean, if you really, really need the one defense, it's fine. And then Tidal Wave has the potential to be the most powerful ability in the entire game, but requires you get really good with button presses. And, well, I'm not good with button presses, but I think Strider 7X has done some... Like, Strider 7X was for a while the de facto Paper Mario guy, and I think I've seen him do some really crazy shit. Maybe him or Phantom with Sushi's Tidal Wave. Sushi's Tidal Wave is probably one of the most useful assets on the Lava Piranha boss, but it isn't going to see very much use outside of Mount Lava Lava. Mistar, I'm going to put in D tier as well. I mean, a 30 HP heal for... Or I think it's a 20 HP heal for a 3 star point cost isn't all that great, especially considering by endgame you're going to be using Jelly Ultras or Maple Supers to recover high amounts of HP and FP. She recovers no FP, only a flat 20 HP. But by endgame, when you're fighting things like Bowser and the Master, you're going to be using a lot of FP too, so Jelly Ultras and Maple Ultras are going to be a lot more useful than Mistar will ever be. The big heal for star point cost is still better than Mamar. She just gets... Wow. Loculester, I'm going to put in B tier. Loculester, you fight as a mini-boss before he joins the party, and that's kind of cool. He can help you traverse over spikes and over lava pits, which is also kind of cool. He can give you a buff that has a chance to ignore damage, which also, I believe, stacks with your damage avoid, like entire damage avoid badges, which is really cool. Other than that, his basic attack and his AoE attacks aren't very good. I think he also has an AoE mob removal ability like Bo's Spook, which if you're level grinding or something is real bad, just like Spook and Airlift. I don't remember this guy's name, and I don't remember what he does, so I'm just going to throw him down here. Sorry, guy. And then Kalimar with Up and Away. I'm going to put Up and Away in C tier. It's another AoE mob removal, I think with a much higher chance of working than the party member abilities. It also has the unique distinction of a boss you cannot fight after he's been obtained is vulnerable to him. I don't have much to say about him or the guy before him, but they do something. Up and Away is AoE mob removal, which is alright if you really need it, and I think it has a better chance of working than Spook and Loculester's ability. And that is my tier list for Paper Mario 64 Partners and Star Spirits. So with that, I'm going to end the video. Leave your thoughts, suggestions, comments, concerns in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.